It's a pleasure to be here. Angkor Wat holds a special place in my heart, and I'm always excited to share its wonders.
Welcome everyone to our exploration of one of the world's most captivating archaeological sites, Angkor Wat. I'm joined today by Expert's Name, a renowned historian and expert on Southeast Asian culture.
Imagine, if you will, a sprawling temple complex, a city of stone, rising from the jungles of Cambodia. Angkor Wat is the heart of this ancient city, a masterpiece of Khmer architecture and a testament to the power and artistry of a bygone era.
For our listeners who may be unfamiliar, could you paint us a picture of Angkor Wat?
The Angkor Archaeological Park, which encompasses Angkor Wat and numerous other temples, covers an area of over 400 square kilometers. That's larger than many modern cities.
It's hard to imagine the scale of it. It's no wonder that Angkor Wat is considered one of the most important archaeological sites in Southeast Asia, if not the world. What is it about this place that makes it so globally significant?
There are many factors at play. Angkor Wat was built by the Khmer civilization, who ruled over much of Southeast Asia for centuries. It's a physical representation of their power, wealth, and incredible architectural prowess. The scale of the temple complex, its intricate carvings, and its religious significance all contribute to its global importance.
And when we talk about religious significance, we're talking about Hinduism, correct?
Primarily, yes. Angkor Wat was originally constructed as a Hindu temple dedicated to Vishnu, one of the principal deities in Hinduism. Over time, it transitioned into a Buddhist temple, and today it represents a fascinating blend of these two religions. It's a window into the Camar Empire's beliefs, their cosmology, their relationship with the divine.
Let's delve a little deeper into that history. When exactly was Angkor Wat built, and what do we know about the Khmer kings who commissioned it?
Angkor Wat was constructed in the 12th century AD, during the reign of King Suryavarman II. He was a powerful and ambitious ruler who sought to leave an indelible mark on the world.
How long did it take to build something of this magnitude?
It's estimated that it took around 30 years to complete the main temple complex. Imagine the logistical feat, the manpower, the artistry required to bring such a vision to life.
30 years is remarkable, especially considering the technology available at the time. Welcome back to our exploration of Angkor Wat. Before the break, we were discussing the reign of King Suryavarman II and the construction of this magnificent temple complex. Expert's Name. What can you tell us about the king's motivations for building Angkor Wat?
Suryavarman II was a devout Hindu, and he envisioned Angkor Wat as a grand temple dedicated to Vishnu, his patron deity. It was intended to be a symbolic representation of Mount Meru, the mythical home of the gods in Hindu cosmology.
So, the temple wasn't just a place of worship. It was a microcosm of the universe as the Khmer people understood it.
Exactly. The central tower, reaching a height of over 65 meters, represents Mount Meru itself, while the surrounding galleries, moats, and walls symbolize the mountain chains and cosmic oceans. Every element of Angkor Wat's design is imbued with religious and symbolic meaning. While Angkor Wat's main structure was likely completed during his lifetime, the intricate carvings and decorations continued for decades after his death.
We've talked about the Camar Empire, but for those of us less familiar with Southeast Asian history, could you provide some context?
The Camar Empire, centered in what is now Cambodia, rose to prominence around the 9th century AD. For over 6 centuries, they dominated much of mainland Southeast Asia, leaving behind a legacy of stunning temples and sophisticated water management systems.
Water management systems? Tell us more about that.
The Khmer were masters of hydraulic engineering. They constructed a vast network of canals, reservoirs, and irrigation channels that allowed them to control the flow of water, crucial for both agriculture and urban development. This sophisticated system contributed to their prosperity and sustained a large population.
That's fascinating. So, what factors led to the decline of such an advanced civilization? And eventually Angkor was abandoned? How did this once great city fade into the jungle?
It was a gradual process, not a sudden collapse. By the 15th century, the Khmer Empire had weakened, and Angkor was eventually abandoned as the capital city. Over time, the jungle encroached upon the temples, concealing them from view for centuries.
It sounds like something out of an adventure novel. How was Angkor Wat rediscovered?
While local people were always aware of the temple's existence, it was rediscovered by the Western world in the 19th century. French naturalist Henri Mouhot, while traveling through the Cambodian jungle, stumbled upon the ruins of Angkor Wat in 1860.
We're back with Expert's Name, delving deeper into the marvels of Angkor Wat. Expert's Name, the scale of this temple complex is mind-boggling. How did the Khmer engineers and architects even begin to construct something so massive?
It's a testament to their ingenuity and understanding of engineering principles. Remember, they didn't have modern machinery or technology. They relied on human labor, elephants, and a deep knowledge of geometry, mathematics, and materials science.
Let's talk about materials. What did they use to build Angkor Wat? I understand it's not just any ordinary stone.
You're right. Angkor Wat is primarily constructed from laterite, a reddish soil found abundantly in the region, and sandstone, which was quarried from the Kulin Mountains about 40 kilometers away. The sandstone, known for its durability and ease of carving, was used for the intricate decorations and sculptures. Evidence suggests they used a combination of waterways, canals, and earthen ramps.
It's awe-inspiring to imagine the effort involved. And speaking of awe-inspiring, we can't forget the intricate carvings that adorn Angkor Wat. What stories do these carvings tell?
The bas-reliefs at Angkor Wat are like visual encyclopedias of Khmer life, beliefs, and mythology. They depict scenes from Hindu epics like the Ramayana and the Mahabharata, showcasing epic battles, celestial beings, and moral dilemmas.
So it's not just decoration, it's storytelling on a grand scale.
Precisely. The carvings also offer glimpses into everyday life in the Khmer Empire. You'll find depictions of courtly processions, dancers, musicians, warriors, even scenes of people working in the fields or preparing food. It's a window into their society.
It's like stepping back in time.
One recurring motif is the Apsara, a celestial dancer often depicted in graceful poses.
We've focused primarily on Angkor Wat, but as you mentioned earlier, it's just one part of a much larger complex, the Angkor Archaeological Park. What other treasures await visitors to this ancient city?
Angkor is a treasure trove of temples, each with its own unique history and architectural style. Just north of Angkor Wat, you'll find Angkor Thom, the last capital of the Khmer Empire, enclosed by massive walls and 5 impressive gates.
Angkor Thom? The name itself sounds impressive. What's the highlight of Angkor Thom?
Within Angkor Thom, you'll discover the enigmatic Bayon Temple, famous for its massive stone faces smiling down from its towers.
It sounds like Angkor could keep visitors captivated for days, if not weeks.
Absolutely. And we haven't even touched on other remarkable temples like Taprom or Bante Sray.
It's clear that Angkor is a site of immense historical, cultural, and architectural significance. What is being done to preserve these wonders for future generations?
Preservation is an ongoing challenge and a collaborative effort. Organizations like UNESCO, which designated Angkor as a World Heritage Site in 1992, are working with the Cambodian government and international experts to conserve the temples and manage tourism sustainably.
Tourism must play a vital role in both supporting preservation efforts and raising awareness about Angkor's importance.
Absolutely. Tourism provides revenue for conservation projects and creates economic opportunities for local communities. However, it's crucial to strike a balance between accessibility and preservation.
Welcome back to our exploration of Angkor Wat. We've covered so much ground already, but I have a feeling there are still plenty of secrets to uncover. Expert's Name. Are there any lesser-known details or intriguing theories about Angkor Wat that you find particularly fascinating?
Oh, absolutely. Angkor Wat is like a giant puzzle box, with researchers constantly discovering new layers of meaning and symbolism. One area that has generated a lot of interest is the astronomical alignments of the temple.
Astronomical alignments? Tell us more about that.
Some scholars believe that Angkor Wat wasn't just designed to reflect the Hindu cosmos symbolically, but also physically. They suggest that the layout of the temple, its towers, and even the placement of certain carvings correspond to the positions of stars and constellations at specific times of the year.
So the temple might have functioned as a giant astronomical calendar or observatory? It's incredible to think about the level of knowledge and skill they possessed. Beyond the scholarly interpretations, are there any local legends or folklore associated with Angkor Wat?
Oh, there are countless tales passed down through generations. One popular legend tells of a divine architect named Preah Pisnokar, who was summoned by a king to build a magnificent palace. Preah Pisnokar, with his supernatural abilities, completed the palace overnight, but the king, driven by greed, refused to pay him. In anger, Preah Pisnokar transformed the palace into the temple of Angkor Wat, and left the king to ponder his folly.
That's a great story. It speaks to the power of craftsmanship and the dangers of greed.
Another legend claims that Angkor Wat is connected to the heavens by a magical bridge made of crystal. This bridge could only be seen by the virtuous and served as a reminder of the connection between the earthly and the divine.
These legends add another layer of mystique to an already fascinating place.